Good morning everyone. Today we're looking at two very similar yet different watches. We're going after the sort of the panda design today. We're looking at the Seiko Speedtimer versus the Timex Marlin Chronograph. Also two opposite ends of the price spectrum. So on the left we've got my very own Seiko Speedtimer. Both look very, very similar in the sun. So the Seiko retails around about £600, whereas the Timex retails around about £200 depending on the sort of discount that's on offer. You can buy this Timex on the link in the description if you wish to. So let's talk a bit more about the specs. So the Seiko comes with a solar powered V192 quartz, whereas the Timex comes with just a simple battery. The face of the Seiko is fully solar powered and shines up really nicely in the actual full daylight. They've both got like a domed crystal, where the Seiko has a domed sapphire crystal, whereas the Marlin has a plain acrylic. Fully luminous hands on the Seiko and fully luminous increments. You don't get anything luminous on the Timex. The weights are different as well. The Timex weighs a lot less. You're probably getting around about 65 grams, whereas the Seiko weighs 100, but it probably weighs 160 on its default metal strap. This is just a strap that I've bought to go on the watch itself. This isn't a strap that it comes with. They've both got chronographs doing the same sort of thing. The Seiko does have one extra function on that chronograph. Well, two if you count the speed timer function, but you have a charge indicator. Because it's a solar powered quartz, you get a little F and an E on the chronograph there to tell you how much charge you've got. When the battery is fully charged, it's about 6 months battery life, but to charge it you just got to go outside for like an hour or 30 minutes and it'll keep it charged up for you. Timex doesn't have that option. As you can see, that Seiko snapped back into chronograph mode. Let's have a look at the other one in the sun a bit more. The Seiko definitely does shine out more because of that bright polar white, brilliant white dial. The actual usage of the chronograph, the Timex is more of a well-defined click, whereas the Seiko is a bit more refined rather than defined. Prefer the solid click feedback, then probably the Timex is for you. It all depends really if you're going to use it that much. The Timex obviously feels a lot cheaper when you're clicking that chronograph in. It simply snaps back into place, whereas the Timex, that's a bit more of a wind back, as you just saw. Then after some time this will go back into the charge mode. They both got the 24-hour readout. The Seiko does it in sort of every 8 hours, whereas the Timex does it every 4. The tint on the Seiko is a slightly more bluish tint on the subdials, whereas the Timex is a bit more grey, sort of grey sunray finish. Coming to the casing, both have a polished finish casing, as you can see there. Obviously the Seiko is garnished with that jet black tachymeter. There seems to be a bit more, there's more curves towards the Timex one, whereas the Seiko is a bit more simple with that design. They're all very different yet similar in their own right. We won't bother looking at straps because obviously the strap for the Seiko isn't a Seiko strap, but we can always talk about the Timex one. As we can see here, we've got a simple black leather strap. Obviously on the Seiko I've gone for an unbranded silicone strap. I think the silicone gives you a bit more comfort, but it does grip to your wrist a bit more. The leather strap gives a bit more sort of stretch over time, fits more to a tailored fit, whereas the silicone won't. And get a line stitching down the side, a bit more sort of nice to look at. One holder and one fixed holder. Both got a polished buckle, as you can see there. The Timex one has obviously the Timex in it. The Seiko metal strap isn't a quick release or anything like that, but the silicone strap obviously is. Timex by default comes with a quick release leather strap. I think the Timex has a better looking backplate, but if you like a bit more of a refined backplate, then the Seiko probably is for you. Both a screw down style finish. So there we go, guys. That is the Seiko Prospect Speedtimer versus the Timex Marlin Chronograph. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to purchase the Timex, the link is in the description.